Hi, I'm Maddie, the creator behind Bliss Botanica. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to take you through a step-by-step guide on how to create my top selling shower steamers. Perfect for when winter has you feeling a little run down. Let's dive straight in. Alright, so I've weighed out all of the ingredients, super simple. So in this bowl here, we've got bicarb soda, cornstarch, and cream of tartar. Here we've got our citric acid, we've got some isopropyl alcohol, menthol crystals, and eucalyptus oil. So first things first, we're going to add the menthol crystals into the isopropyl. And we're going to melt this in the microwave 30 seconds at a time, just to check and stir until it's all melted. While we're waiting for the microwave and the menthol crystals to melt, let's give our dry combined ingredients a quick little mix with the whisk, just to break up any clumps and get that nice and mixed in. Some of these ingredients are quite light, so they can puff up and annoy your sinuses. If that happens, just wear a mask. All right, let's go check on those menthol crystals. Okay, these have melted quite nicely now. Let's just let them cool down. Okay, I'm going to add the tiniest little pop of colour before we add the wet ingredients. This is Envy from Mad Micas, using just the tiniest little bit. This is completely optional. I just like to add a little bit of a pop. Now, you can barely see that, but as we add the wet ingredients, that's going to pop quite a bit. Breaking up any last clumps. Oh, try not to make a mess. All right. Let's add in these wet ingredients, stirring slowly. So just add the menthol mix, just a little bit at a time. That's a gorgeous eucalyptus colour. Okay, so I have a little tray lined with some baking paper. And I have another piece of baking paper for pressing. So we'll get to that in a moment. We're going to add our essential oil, so our eucalyptus oil for this one. Mix that in. Oops. This is why we use the baking paper, so we can easily clean up any messes. Okay, so this is starting to get quite clumpy. Once we add the citric acid, we're going to rub that in with our hands. So I'll quickly show you my mold. So I have a little clover style mold, which makes it really easy to break the steamers apart so that you can use for your desired strength. But you can do just like a square if that's the type of mold that you have. So you add the mix, you press it together, and then we'll unmold. I like to do 60 grams of mix per steamer. So as you can see here with some of our lavender ones, this is how you would break it and use as much as you like. So to get set up, we add our mold onto our scales. Just so that it's there ready. Now, once we add the citric acid, we're going to have to move quite quickly. So we're going to put that in now. Make sure we get all of that in there. And it's also really ideal to be careful of the humidity when you make shower steamers. So if it's too humid, the steamers will activate because of the moisture in the air. So you want a nice dry day to be making these. So we just want to get in here, make sure that we rub out any clumps. Rub it between our hands, between our fingers. Always wear gloves for this. I obviously wear gloves because I'm packaging these for sale, but also the menthol can really cause a chilling effect on your skin. So to make sure the mixture is ready for molding, you want to grab a clump, and if it stays as a clump, it's good to go. So let's get molding. Looking for about 60 grams. Push that into the middle, and I just slide this off, add to the top, and press. Try and put all your body weight behind it. I like to swap sides, so top and bottom. Give it a good press. Take the outer ring off. There we go, look at that. So we're going to move over here, we're going to continue to press down until we pop that down. Now, I like to give a gentle tap to help with the unmolding. There we go, perfect. I'm going to keep molding these up and I'll show you once we're all done. Okay, there we have it. We have 8 gorgeous steamers and a little bit of mess to clean up. You'll need to leave the steamers to dry for 24 hours, ideally somewhere with a dehumidifier to keep them nice and dry, and then they're good to go. If you're just making these for home, store them in an airtight container. Otherwise, if you're making them to sell like me, I would recommend shrink wrapping them or storing them in a container after 24 hours to keep them nice and fresh. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you like this DIY, like and subscribe. I will have more recipes coming soon, but if you'd rather skip the DIY, you can purchase these shower steamers on my website. I've got the link down below. See you next time.